Hi and welcome back to Twirl Craft Studio. So excited to have you here today. Today I thought we would do a super easy project anyone can do, and there's only 3 main ingredients. So today we're going to be using 2 different types of self-drying clay. You can just get them at the craft store, you can even get them at the dollar store. And then some kind of molds, something you can use for molds. So I found this wooden one at the craft store. And this is actually a pot holder, but I just love the design, so I thought I would use that one. And then some Mod Podge. Now, once the clay dries, we will also be using an optional either napkins or paint. So if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button and let's dive in. I thought I would save you from my pathetic pin rolling skills, so I rolled it off camera. You can tell that I'm not a baker. First, I'm going to take this one, and all we're going to do is we're going to put it on here and push it down. Oh, without pushing the table. Try and make sure that it's even. Okay, and I'm pushing quite hard. Perfect. And then once it's cut, just pull away, of course, the parts. There we go. Keep pushing it nice and hard. And let's see how it looks. Okay, gently taking it off. Perfect. Okay, this is super quick and easy. Anyone can do it. I just have a bowl. I actually am surprised I didn't have more round bowls. So I have this one and I have this one. So let's see, I'm not sure if it's going to work in that one, but we will find out. So all we do now that we have this is we lift it up, and I would lift it up with the paper so that it doesn't get stuck anywhere. Put it in the bowl, and then just gently, very gently, push it down to the bottom of the bowl without marking it. And I'm just going to put that aside and work on the next one. We're trying something new with this one. This is a soft mold. I actually found it at the dollar store. I just love the design, so I just wanted to use it. So we're going to try this, making sure all parts are down. I'm going to take this opportunity to, you know what, I might even just be able to push it like this, taking the opportunity to cut around it like this. Okay, taking the extra away and giving it another push. In fact, this one might work better because I can actually push the parts separately. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully I've pushed everything. Oh, hold on. And I guess because this one has holes in it, you could actually, if you wanted to have a bowl with all the decorations and it's just open, you could actually just cut it out. But I'm not going to do that for now. And let's see what happens. See if this works. Oh yeah. I'm being really gentle with my hand. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, I have to go back for some of these molds. That's awesome. And then, because this is the only round bowl I have at the moment, this is what's going to happen. I'm putting it in, trying to make sure that it's even. Okay, and then just gently pushing it down. This one's, of course, not going to be as deep as the other one, but it's working. We'll come back when it's dry and we will finish it up. Okay, one of my bowls is dry and ready to go, so I thought we would start with this one. We're going to flip it over, and because I used parchment paper, there are some lines here. The next time I'm not going to use the parchment paper, but I'm just going to lightly sand out these lines, and I'm being very gentle at the moment. It's not going to matter so much because we're going to do some napkins on the bottom. So I'm going to just sand this to make the top nice and smooth all around. It's such a satisfying step. If you have any imperfections, this takes care of it. Okay, moving it around, because if you were using napkins that didn't have much pattern, you would have to sand out the bottom a little more. Okay, very cool. Almost done. Okay, the next step, I'm going to put on this napkin onto the back of the bowl. But because the bowl is terracotta, I'm just going to paint it a similar color so that the colors pop on the napkin. There we go. I'm gonna use a bigger brush, going all the way around. It doesn't have to be the exact color of the napkin. I know, for example, this is super important if you have any white in your napkin. This one doesn't have much, actually it doesn't have any white, so it wouldn't be affected. But if you had any white in your napkin and you didn't paint the surface white, it would make your napkin not stand out as much. Perfect. And it doesn't have to be exact. Just finishing off this side. Good. And then we'll let this dry and we'll come back in a few minutes to do the napkin. The napkin has several layers, so you want to peel the layers back so it sticks better. The technique is called decoupage. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh, there might be another. Let's see if there's another layer. No, I think we're good. Okay. And now that it's pretty much dry, we're just going to put some Mod Podge on it. In fact, might as well just use the same brush. Perfect. Give it a nice coat. And now we'll place the napkin. I'm going to place the flower sort of in the center there. There we go. Some people use saran wrap when they're placing the napkin so their fingers don't stick. I'm too lazy for that. Okay, we're going to cut some grooves all around. In fact, we're going to cut most of this off. Not all of it, but most of it. And as you go down, perfect, pushing it down. And then you can actually cut slits a little bit into it so it doesn't fold so much on the corners. Okay, turn the bowl over. We'll seal it first and then we'll rip. I'll just cut some. I'm going to cut all around it as close as I can. You can also seal it and then rip it, but I just did this for now. Oops. Okay. I don't want the blue on this side, and I had some on my finger and it marked it. So we're going to try and, even if I have to sand that out a bit. There we go. All gone. Okay, I'm not going to put it on. I'm not going to put it back on here because there is some blue, so we'll flip it over on some parchment paper. Okay, flipping it over. There we go. We're going to add another nice layer. I'm just looking at it and there's some folds, so I'm just going to cut little slits so that there's no more folds. Now I'm going to get the Mod Podge, which is the bright Mod Podge, the shiny one, and put another layer, but I'm not using the same paintbrush because that has blue on it. And we're just sealing it in now. Okay, now that I've done the back side, I'm just going to clean up the edges. Oh, here it is. Take some sandpaper and just clean up the edges. And then I think the next step is we're going to paint the rim around here. Okay, we're going to start by painting around the edges, and we're just going to do a nice light blue. I might change my mind and do a darker color, but we're going to start with this color. It's nice and vibrant. And just all around the edge. Perfect. I think it's going to look really good. I don't think I'm going to paint the whole thing. I think I'm just doing the edge. Perfect. And because these are one-of-a-kind pieces, I always end up changing my mind halfway through. So let's see what's going on. But I like the color so far, and we'll turn it over and see if it goes with the other side. Okay, this blue is too light, so I'm just going to darken it to a brighter blue. Oh yeah, this one works much better. And now I've decided that the outline is perfect, except for it's missing something. So we're gonna put some white dots around it. I've never used this tool before. Hopefully it works. It's actually easier than I thought. I've tried this once before with these things and it didn't work, but if you keep putting the paint on it, it seems to go nicely. So I often find with these types of projects that You do one thing and it looks great, but you're like, something's missing. So now I'm going to do smaller dots. I just think it needs more. So I'm putting smaller dots in between. It's looking good so far, and I will come back when it's dry to add the next step. And I'm just adding some blue lines all the way around. Just add more design to it. They don't have to be perfect. I found this at the craft store, and it's Mod Podge clay pot sealer. So I thought I would give this a go. It is not going to make it waterproof or edible. This is a decorative bowl, but it's water resistant. I thought I'd just give this a go, but I have to do this outside, so stand by. Okay, it has now been sprayed. I really need to learn about patience because I sprayed one side. It was looking so good that I needed to spray the other side, and now it's like I can't put it down because I don't want it to stick on anything. Learn from me. Have patience. Do one side at a time. Let it sit for a day and then do the other side. I think I'm going to be walking around like this until it dries. I love how this bowl came out. I think it looks awesome.
And here's the final piece. Bright, textured, and full of handmade charm. I love how it turned out. If this inspired you to try it, give this video a thumbs up.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.